SBGB TV live call-in show. What's happening?
What's going on, Deezy, man? How you doing, Playboy?
What's going on? Live call-in. What's up? Who we speaking with?
All right. This Solomon, man, from Long Beach, man. I'm just checking in with you, Playboy. I I'm checking out with you, man. What's going on with Tiger Woods, man? Shit. Is he on the prescriptions? And what's going on with Wicked 100? He's a buster. I'm out here in Cali. We know Wicked 100 ain't about shit, and you serving that nigga right, Playboy.
That's a fact. We want to make sure we serve him all the way up, and we want the people to understand, because I know it's some people confused, but I know it's a lot of people out there that know he ain't right. But we want the internet to know. You know what I'm saying? We want
Hey, guess what, man? Because he giving the West Coast a bad name. Look, I'm a Crip from Long Beach. He giving the Crips and the Bloods a bad name from the homies that fuck with this dude. So yeah, you're right. He's a bum. And guess what? He's an impersonator from his past pretense of dealing with Death Row, Suge, and say baby in him. You dig? Like he's washed up, like you say, man.
That's a fact. And I appreciate when people that are from out there that call in with the real, because it'd be some busters that try to call me in representation of him, but I appreciate when the real individuals call in.
I peeped that, not to cut you off, not to cut you short. I peeped that earlier or yesterday, a few hours ago. Some cat called himself, called in and checking you, and you had to let him know, hey nigga, you live at your grandmama house. Right. That dude.
Yeah.
Right. Some false representation, just some old squally wag or nigga that's tailgating, So I'm just giving you your props, Deezy, man. This Long Beach South, man. Long Beach, California. All right, insane.
I appreciate you calling in, bro.
Yes, sir. One.
Later. Shout out to the brother from Long Beach, man. Facts. And, I appreciate when the real brothers from out there call in, because when I don't got the real people calling in, it make it look like that dude is, shaking shit down out there. But when the real ones call in, I like to put that out there to the people to let it be known it's some solid individuals that see Deezy going in, facts, and letting the people know dude is Fufafi. I know dude is Fufafi. I know Wack ain't who he is. This is why Wack is not going to go back and forth with me. And if he do, he know I will annihilate him. He doesn't have a shot going back and forth with me at all. You understand? So I'm going to just continue to keep it a buck. Yeah, the real ones that rock with me, shout out to y'all. But, you can't think that you're going to be Fufafi and call and think you're going to run a narrative and you're going to say certain things and that shit going to work. That shit don't work with me. I'm self-made. Shout out to all the people that rock with me. Deezy been grinding for a long time. I grind from the bottom. I go hard. Whatever I do, I put overdrive in it. And for some reason in life, right, I was put on this mission. You hear me? For some reason in this lifetime of my existence, I was put on this mission. You hear me? And I really feel like we've been putting work solid in. I know a lot of people out that way hear Deezy going in. I know it. Shout out to the ones that rock with me, right? Y'all solid. And I know it's some people that hate that I'm exposing the fake exposer. He's a fake exposer. Listen to him. He got a company, he says, and it ain't even a company, right? It's some fantasy shit. He run around and say, he the exposer. Come on, bro. Some fake shit. 48-year-old man talk about he the exposer. Like, come on, bro. You got to grow up, man. You got to grow up. And that's what happened, right? Wack is still living in the mind of a child. He hasn't grown up yet. He's cooperating with the authorities, working with them people, right? And he hasn't mentally grew up yet. Laws, and he relates to the people on Clubhouse because their mental hasn't grown yet. They haven't grown up. Later in life, maybe some of them will look back on, you know, their history running around with whack and say to themselves, man, I was looking crazy. And maybe some of them will just act like, man, it was just content because they still mentally lost in their decisions that they made, right? But I'm going to call it out. If you rock with whack, I know you're not that smart. Straight up. You know, dude running around the internet claiming all these connections, he ain't put nobody in position, nigga. Nobody. You got legal issues you deal with whack. Straight up. You got legal trouble dealing with whack. You don't get put in no position. Man, it's people like, just look at this shit, right? Look at, you know, the people that been put on by certain people that got structure, right? And I'll just say like Yo Gotti, right? The people that Yo Gotti picked and put out in the music game, they doing business, right? And the ones that didn't want to do proper business, he distances himself from them. Nah, you want something different, homie. But you got people that are doing real business. This how you know whack ain't that. Nigga, you got the opportunity. I'm telling you straight up now, right? In the future, Deezy is going to make his way in the game. I already know me. I know my style. And all the people that rock with me, I appreciate y'all. I just know me. Anything that I get involved with, I go big. And I don't have a problem with starting at the level that I got to start at to get where I go. I don't have a problem with that. I'll keep plucking and plucking and plucking until my time comes. I'm just like that. I know it's going to be a time that I'm going to rise on a lot of this shit. I just got to put my work in, right? And for me understanding different shit in the street, it gives me the understanding how to handle certain things. I've had to have the mistakes where I've been up and down. I've been up and down a whole bunch of times, straight up. But I ain't got no problem with putting the work in and getting it back, you know. And what I did notice about some people that, you know, have been up to a certain level in the industry and shit, they don't want to be looked at a certain way when they got to start back down here. So they still chasing this. And this is what I see with Wack. He's still chasing the times when he was running around paying his way with the homies. He's still chasing that, right? He's still chasing those times when he had to pay niggas off and he was able to stomp around, but he ain't got it like that no more. He not that no more. So he hasn't grasped to come back down. You working with the authorities and you got to start back down here. You want to be so, oh, I'm getting this money for that money. You had a chance to do a deal and you fumbled it for a couple hundred. Straight up. I guarantee you this, right? I'm willing to bet, Wack, I'm willing to bet you this right here. Nigga, you ain't had no fucking contract for no couple 100,000 the whole time Blueface been locked up. I'm willing to bet that. This contract that you just fumbled, I guarantee you, that was the biggest contract you had in a long time. Since you did the shit with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Straight up. I guarantee you that. You ain't getting no big contracts like that all the time. Straight up. And I'm willing to bet that. Wack, we can bet that on the table. Nigga, you ain't getting no contracts like that. You ain't doing no business like that all the time. You bump up on shit like that. Tekashi 6ix9ine, Blueface, because you got to bump up on other people's shit to get in on some shit like that. You ain't got no talent. You ain't got nothing to bring to the table, nigga. I know, you know, I know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the solid ones, man, that rock with Deezy. Let's see what the boy Wack talking about, man. Hold up. Hit that like button, that subscribe button. SBGB TV live call-in show.
Hey, Deezy, this Sal, this Solomon, Long Beach, California again, man. Check it out, man. And another point you made, man, is when he was on the phone with Aiden, or how we went through with academics, right? uh he basically like you said, he didn't have no solid contract or deal going on. He was trying to get the flu flam on, meaning this here. He say, hey, I had 20 or 30 guys with me, man. You know, we in the red. This, that, and the third. So that means he trying to get a return on something he couldn't afford. He probably put on a credit card, man. You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, on the Wicked 100, on the Buster side, you dig? And yeah, and he trying to get a return on that. He trying to replace that before they need a motherfucking return because he late on the payment. That's what I
Bingo.
gathered from that, man.
Bingo. I agree with you. We know he ain't got it like that. He do a lot of capping, and he probably stepped out there too early, and it didn't go his way.
Right. He said he need Maybachs, this, that, and the third. He didn't run the other community, you know, the Jewish community, so to speak. You know, no disrespect or anything. However, we know that's some cap, that's nonsense and lies. You know, he pumping Adam 16 whatever 22, however we do it. You know, he pumping the white boy up, making him believe that he got cap, you know, he got rhythm or motion, if that makes sense, out this way.
Yeah.
And the guy's green, and he really don't get it. He like any other cat that's in the neighborhood, so to speak. You can run a little game on, you know, like everybody else has, until the white man got dumb. You know, the world got smart and rid of him. You know.
Yeah.
So no, I just called back in, man. I'm just checking you out, Playboy, and like I said, you doing your thing. You exposing this sucker and everybody else that's in this circle, man. And I'm just giving you your props up from Long Beach, Cali, man. Long Beach, Sal, brother Solomon. All right, one.
Appreciate you. Shout out, brother.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely, man. Shout out to Long Beach, man. Shout out to Long Beach, man.